DJ's been really good, like in these lighter buys or the force buys or even just the pistol rounds. So great stuff there from him to hit a couple of bangers, but 2 apiece for Shox and Naf. And this is a map where we're going to see the double AWP of Shox greeted with the primary of OC. So looking forward to seeing Liquid do a bit of stat padding here. This is just like they're playing a North American qualifier on international soil. Yeah,
I was talking to Coach Party Astronauts as well as Peter a little bit in the lobby yesterday at the bar. They were having a couple of drinks. And just the sentiment being, you know, like, they hadn't boot camped in Europe, they hadn't played, and so showing up, like, they knew it would be different, they knew it would be difficult, but the sentiment was, like, this is more than they bargained for. Like, the game, especially even against Godsend, they were left looking a bit silly. And I think, if anything, it's only got them more hungry to stay here, but they're not.
Yeah.
You know, like, it's kind of a bitter pill of like, wow, look how much we're learning. Like, the words were, I feel like we're getting better every day, but you're only here for 6 days.
That's the thing, right? We had this same conversation when LFO were here. It's just about how much information that you can absorb as quickly as you can. These boys, the Party Astronauts, well, as well as Liquid, have the RMR coming up in what is about 2 and a bit weeks time now. So as soon as we finish here with the grand final, then I think straight away is the American RMR that's going to be going on down with a lot of Brazilian representation, mind you. But Party Astronauts and Liquid are there. This is looking B-poppy.
Yeah, cool setup. Deep flash, though, will ward them off.
Yeah, that lurk smoke. If Shox starts spamming on through and they play close, this is quite a good setup. Naf and Shox to lock this one down. Jonji is out mid with the crisscross mid smokes, and they're going to deny door access here. So looking good right now.
Very good. It's going to mess with the timings, and they will try and clear Naf. He stands for 2. Shox ready for the Jonji mid play, and it is just Shox and Naf who just lock it down, kick him out, and say try again.
So that's basic stuff there in terms of knowing which choke points to block off. They smoke the doors. It's going to force the mid prong in through window, a very easy kill to make, and then it's just looking towards tunnels. So handled 2-0 for Liquid here, and I guess it's just about, you know, how much damage can they truly do to any confidence that Party Astronauts may be building day after day with what they seem to be learning. One of the issues you have as well is you are learning, but you also need to prepare for your matchups because you're still trying to win, right? You're not coming in and treating this like it's a 30-round prac. You're coming in here to show everybody that you can be competitive. Oh, Shox, that is a deagle, and it stings. He's down. Jonji with a nice opener, and Jonji's had a couple of nice rounds too. Remember, we saw him yesterday. He almost won that banger over Clutch.
Yeah, so close, and a very justified death slam into the NTs. But yeah, we are here to kind of also report on Team Liquid. You know, like, this is an opportunity to see, continue to see and celebrate where they have come to. I think the fact that Nitro has come in from Valorant back to Counter-Strike, and I reckon it's probably been a really good break in terms of the game feeling fresh and exciting again.
Oh yeah, for sure. Especially when you compare the fact, look, Valorant and Counter-Strike, they're both FPS games. We understand that, but they play completely different
games.
Trying to compare the two, there's no point.
DJ's in a position that could punish Shox with a little wrist breaker. Oh, you saw him. Shox probably saw you. Ouch. It's OC that vests him.
Jonji with another one. That's 2 big deagle shots for Jonji now, and he's just roaming around on that deagle. If they head towards lower tunnels, they can pick up the Mac 10 from DJ. Still have to deal with Naf towards B, Elige towards spawn, and OC at top A, but mid to B it is. Oh, and that's easy for Elige. Look at that too. And the third, the bomb's down. Just Jonji now. He's been the hero, has to hit a couple more bangers. OC will mop that one up. And OC is the one who I'm the most interested in seeing alongside of Nitro, as you were talking about, right? Because Naf and Elige, we know what we're going to get out of them. Fantastic riflers, some of the absolute best players in the world. That's not a conversation. If OC can be a star AWPer, right? It doesn't have to be anything crazy flashy, but the stuff that we have seen of him back in North American realms, very flashy. If he can bring even a part of that to this team, and then you have Shox to do the more experienced roles, and I guess without Adren being here, chip in with some in-game leading advice to help out Nitro. And
nice then tag.
Yeah, I think that this team, right? My biggest question was time, right? I wanted to see more, and we have seen more through this group, and it's looking pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, I think Naf summarizing it in the interview that Kado wasn't great, but they are feeling as though they are displaying a more consistent with what the improvement has been felt like for Liquid. I mean, a loss to Movistar Riders is one thing.
Yeah, and Movi's best everybody else, right? So you're not going to feel too much shame in that one by any means. We saw Molly, Flash, facilitating Jonji right now. Responding to this is Elige. He can smoke off the doors, and, well, a nade for good measure here. Just going to do a bit of chip damage. He's leaning towards B, and this could be a component of the fact that Naf got tagged early.
How nice and generous of Shox to provide the mid player with another panic smoke. It does make it very frustrating if you are waiting for that to clear. Flash flash for short, then responsible to get them up. And now they are at least parked up on short side. PTR, however, has got a lot on his plate. He has to hold Shox' tunnels push, and the information has been lost.
Have to go A now, right, into this OC AWP. Alish starting to come back over through spawn. I feel like they're committed to this. There still is time to fall back, but with the way that they're postured, the longer they take to talk this through, the more likely it is just an A finish.
Like Naf low, Shox as well, down half. Jonji dropping CT into a lead. He was so ready for that.
He split.
And that's what they're going for. It's the right call, but there's no CT smoke. You just have to beat Elige. He's a problem child, causing more and more problems for the party astronauts. 15 seconds, lads. Picked apart. A good one from Pwn alone, but with 10 seconds, lads, you got to get 2 kills. They can just hide. And frag. Nice and easy for them. 4-0. Locked and indeed loaded. 4 rounds already secure.
Yeah, good stuff for Liquid early, just battening down the hatches. Now, we were talking to you guys during the last game. We were asking you to send us some tweets, use the hashtag ESL Pro League. We had some people chip on in. Some people send us some pictures, right? We were talking through a couple of them. I think we had Andrew Robinson. He sent in a picture of the Nintendo Switch that he's playing on while watching the game on his laptop in bed. So that looks like quite the cozy thing to be doing in the middle of a Saturday. And then as well, we've got Goon Lord.
Sorry?
Goon Lord. Goon. Do you know what a goon bag is? I'll explain it to you after this.
Yeah, okay. Let's see what this one delivers, because Elige is just farming. Absolutely fine with the first 3 of his M4. And then you got the Ben Tech 9.
So Goon is boxed wine.
Ah.
So a Goon bag is once you take the, I guess, it's like the membrane that contains the wine out of the box. And there's a fun game that people play in Australia. Now, I advise you not to try this at home. This is not responsible drinking. But you put the Goon bag with a peg on a clothesline, and we are the ones who invented the Hills Hoist, which is the one that goes around in a circle.
Yeah.
And
spin it.
Yeah, and I think you're chasing around drinking the Goon from it. I think. I don't know how. I never did any of that degeneracy stuff.
No,
I only know about it by lore.
Okay, cool. But it does sound like, I can imagine, a lot of fun.
And that is LAW. Australian law.
Law.
Yeah. 5-0.
5-0. We are going to go all the way to 16, believe it or not.
Oh, I thought he sent a picture close to eggs, but he's working in a bakery.
Oh, those are uncooked buns.
Yes. Okay.
Oh, wow. We've got bakers. We've got stockers, gamers.
Yeah. Everyone's doing, we've got people doing car detailing. Yeah, show us what you're doing with your Saturday, guys. It's quite interesting to see how everyone's spending their time. But back underway with the gunnies. Just a little scuttle grenade there, middle. And I'm not talking about the crab from League of Legends. Just one that you trickle forward to use the smoke. Help you get down mid without being too worried. You like that?
Yeah, I did. I was really actually impressed. I was like, Scuttle, there's no way he's making that connection. The Scuttle crab, Chadney. Wow.
Never played the game.
Don't need to. Jonji was boosted over with his Krieg to try and catch Naf, so we get to see this standoff. There is still a way that this goes wrong, but Naf seems so drilled. He knows that there's a potential to be punished on the fade, crouches under, and everything is fine in the Team Liquid setup. It does seem like their comms are really tight.
Yeah.
One thing I'll say, like you're going to learn a lot through CT rotations and seeing which gaps are covered when. There's very little like kind of overlap and misplay, and Shox is on the AWP. This time he's very lucky to have gotten away. They punished him. They ward him off mid and tuck him back into B.
Well, they know that there's a double AWP setup, or there can be, so I'm curious if this makes the mid to B or go towards A. Right now looking like the mid to B, so this could actually fall apart for Liquid here. It's really on Naf because Shox is a bit of a paper tiger.
Oh, bit of a weirdo. Flash, and Elige still manages to catch you on the cross.
Shox is dead on B now. Pressure on Naf.
He's going to be cleared. PTR through short. OC does greet him with an AWP bullet.
EJ so low.
Yeah, Naf should have the first with ease. It's going to be Pwn alone, or clearing and hitting the shot necessary. God, where did Jonji's health go? Elige is just having a field day. He'll take the AK upgrade and play for the 1v2. Nitro and Elige, an old school pairing.
He's not even getting in position. They're already going to note him.
Oh, that's a shame. They know exactly where you are. Would love to tuck in, play it safe. Now the bait and indeed the switch. He can play outside. He can make the assumption. Pwn alone, this is smart. Now focus on the tunnel's peak. That lurky smoke enables one to slip the net. That was his opportunity. He won't get a second on the re-peak. Pwn alone. Opportunity's gone. Util available. Bad smoke. Can challenge. Should challenge. Can't seem to stop the bomb. And now that will end nastily. 6-0. Pwn alone Trying to save his honor, defend his honor, does keep hold of his AWP.
Yeah, good stuff there to hold on to the orb. It was going to be a hard round, right? Shox goes down back a plat. Elige gets one for a freebie through the smoke, and then that one to Jonji was a bit naughty as well. But good stuff, 6-0 right now. Is this game, it feels quick. And I spoke about this when LFO were in the server. But when you are, you know, up against a team that is better than you, the Counter-Strike seems like it plays quicker than it traditionally does. Like, the kills are happening fast. You feel like you're dead for longer than you're alive. Every call that you're making is falling on deaf ears. And also, when you're not getting a lot of kills to make these rounds too close, that's a problem as well. But we are out long. Shox has been pressured back towards Car. Everybody's still alive, so we didn't miss any of the action here. But this is an upper dark push. DJ's in lower. If he sweeps back up, he'll have to get past OC's AWP.
North America's finest on the Zoom banger, but you've got to get through France first, and DJ tagged, and we're not really ready for that. He actually re-aggresses and makes it an even trade, so I'd argue mission accomplished.
That could have been a wombo combo. Did Elige molly lower dark there from short? That would have been sick if he did.
Shox is there to test the long side, your commitment. Nades onto him. He shouldn't be able to get away from this scot-free. Bullets, everything thrown his way, but he still lives on and continues to fire a bullet down range. Does fall. Peter, responsible.
This is the crowd smoke here from Nitro. Oh, that is a great nade. Look at that.
Bang, 100 damage. Look what's left of them. Everyone's got nerdy. Util drops the device smoke. Nice catch as well as Elige is cleaning house. Pwn alone going to be peeked on from these smokes. But you can see that this is like this is a new meta adaptation from long commits being Vogue. What do? You have 3 smokes you can throw. You just called crowd smoke. I think I called it device, but I mean, who do we credit? Simple was throwing it.
Yeah, multiple players use it.
You know, I mean, we need to get a good official name for it because it is so Vogue right now.
And alone is Pwn.
Yeah, pwned whilst alone.
Boom, headshot. Nitro will get that one there, and he's going to get the secondary AWP. But if Elige, I didn't catch it. I was too busy glued on the upper dark swing, but I noted the molly behind DJ. It must have come from Elige off of the short position.
So he had no way out.
Because watch this, he's getting flushed forward, but I think that's because there's flames behind him. So we'll have to go back and check that one. But if that's the case, nice little maneuver there from that of Liquid. 7-0, timeout called. First here from PA. It's not really a way I can check it, is there? I can't really go back in time.
Not easily. I was in a similar boat to you, so I can't confirm nor deny. But knowing Elige, he probably did force the fight. It does seem like Liquid really are all on the same page. Like every time party astronauts are giving information to Liquid, they're profiting from it. Liquid are reacting accordingly and doing so very convincingly as it currently stands.
Boost middle.
Yeah, Pwn alone to catch one on the cross, and bang, by OC. Catches one in the AWP head-to-head. It's the first time we've seen Pwn alone put his name in the feed as the open. Elige could be cleared on this if Pwn alone was brave. I think Doors is his responsibility, though. Jonji through. Now, an AWP on long, usually good for one. And he's gotten away with it. Elsewhere, Nitro meets
scale up
the
short
second.
right now.
Yeah. There's gaps. Elige has fallen off into CT to respond. Jonji may have heard the leg break. One towards the ramp.
Oh, they're all here, though.
He's actually forced forward by the flames. Oh, beautiful. But oh, missed shot. Shox lets it slip a little. The man advantage is maintained. The util usage is still so fierce.
Oh, if they molly sight, that's the only issue for Elige here. It was a goose molly.
The molly goose, he's still here. He's got flashes, and they're looking the wrong way. Elige is having too much fun. Ben saves the day. And now we can see party astronauts in pursuit of their first team round.
Go for this.
Yeah, he'll give it a look in. Oh. That was really Robloxy. It was good.
Maybe now he might not consider this. I think if he manned quickly, might have seen him go for that fight against Pwn alone, but he has bled 15 seconds off of the clock during all of this. The bomb is about to be halfway ticked. Ben over towards Gandalf. Pwn alone still residing in that same position, and well, Naf has just signaled the save. He's parked the bus at the blue bin. He's going to hold on to the very psychedelic-looking AK-47, and
I've known dudes who paint their walls like that.
Shox just accidentally typed in all speak. It does happen. It does happen. You know, when to discuss what goes in the round and everybody's taking accountability, that's how you know you're in a good team. He's just said he should have killed that elbow guy. So, yeah, he's hit the wrong one. It's all good.
Accountability, though. It's good to see that team chat accountability is a real thing. Hey, guys, just so you know, I know. that was supposed to be mine.
Because he really should have killed Jonji there. He's right. He's right.
And the first person to respond, first person to respond is Jonji. He says, yep.
Okay, well, Leash tricky there. Didn't get the double. There we go. Just a single orb this time round. Bone Alone posted up again off the totem boost, and OC is going to be trolling the A side, so we won't see them go head-to-head too early. Now, the fun thing, guys, if you ever want to go and watch the demos after the games are completed, go download them at HLTV, and then you can go and read, if there is any chat between the teams, you can read it. You can have a little bit of a look. You can see what was said. Don't have to take our word for it. And if you watch a demo a day...
They're trying to bait Jonji in for a fight there. They do the hinge smoke when he's already out mid, hoping Shox gets a bit peak happy. It's not going to happen. And so they've got a nice setup for like a couple of options. And OC, he's surely to be flashed off this. The Molotov, not going to ward him off. He's got good vision for this. That's the flash, but no peek. Pwn alone could be posted up, and yeah. The first step, but no lethality. OC's still going to be a presence on the server, albeit with low HP.
Yeah, now he just has to go play mid-long around that car area, which is a bit more of a traditional setup, but they know for certain that the AWP resides. Nitro towards pit is about to be tested here. Now, OC has a flash to back him up once he takes contact. So watch this. He'll take contact, drop pit, and OC should flash. That should be the combo.
Great nade. Good damage. OC into support. And Nitro gets his first. OC there as well in support, and Nitro seems ready for his duel with DJ. He's given him opportunities. Jonji fragging elsewhere will actually kind of keep them on their toes. PTR swung sight. Needed that from Nitro. It keeps the round interesting for a second, but it's all fallen apart.
Yeah, so holding on to this Galil will be Jonji, and Elish there, he wasn't covering deep short. So while OC was open to that position, Pete's been able to swing on in, pop him in the back, and make it seem interesting for a moment, but not to be the case. Scoreline going to read 8-1 now, and things are really getting away from the party astronauts at this juncture of the game.
I wanted to read Shox' statement. Damn it, that was on my list of things to do, but I didn't. Now, he actually put out a couple of interesting statements. I read, like, you know, the headline.
As we all do.
Yeah. I read the headline, didn't sit down to actually read the whole thing, but it seemed like he was implying that he's a couple of things in terms of talking more about why he's moved to Liquid, which was something that intrigued me, as opposed to, you know, like he wants to complete his legacy and do it on an international team. Really is, like, it's a big choice. You know, a couple of players have made statements like that in moves like that, but it's a short list. And Shox, for someone that's played in the French scene for so long, also concerned about the futures of the French scene.
It's a really good opportunity for him, right? I think you can frame it from his perspective. It's 100%. A great one, yeah. And then if he can come through and show, you know, there's definitely some people doubting this move. He can come through and show that he is worth his weight, his salt. Then that's going to be great as well. And as mentioned, if Naf, Alige, and OC can be the trio that we think they can be, the Shox and Nitro contributions, they have to obviously contribute, but
they will.
It doesn't. They don't need to be stars of the team, right? You just need like a Shox clutch or a Nitro entry, or, you know, something a little bit like that. So it's going to be interesting to see how they kind of were into action together. Alige is in lower dark right now, so bit of biff towards long. Here comes the Alige fighting lower.
Yeah, it's going to force some reactions, and Elige does eliminate DJ, so no threat other than long, and one by one. The fingertips aren't going to bait OC. Oh, nice from Pete. Pwn alone's been given something he could perhaps work with. A smoke for the cross. It's not being held because they're going for a two-man longy. And Pwn alone, so quick from Elige. You might actually get caught out in the open. Yep, perfect. Just accelerating. Elige sprinting around this map. He's having a whole lot of fun. One of North America's greatest names in the history of North American Counter-Strike is Elite, very capable fragger, and now with a new team around him.
We have a couple of other people chiming in with what they're up to here. Someone's playing Counter-Strike and watching at the same time, so that's pretty good. That's Mr. Sexy Slav. He says, what about watching CS and checking out some skins? Okay, that's what he's getting up to. We've got Mars Goblin working, doing inspections, watching the game. Okay, so out inspecting sites, I assume? I assume probably some building sites?
So we've got some people inspecting skins, some people inspecting sites.
Okay, well, this one's well and truly underway, isn't it? Shox is dead. His name's not Fred.
Nice, okay, yeah, I'm down for a rhymey one.
What about a grimy one?
I think Elige is going to have OC posted up on middle. There's the flash, and there's the removal of information. They're ready to fight, though.
Oh, they got their one back quite easily here, haven't they? The low HP of... Oof, that's 2 back. There's 3 back.
Good day in the office for Liquid here. Oh, nice catch.
Sometimes the opponent's just lucky.
And sometimes your opponent's just having a really good day. Opponent alone's not. That's a tough one to concede. Especially given the low HP, the AWP not the perfect weapon for that job. Stray bullets there, but the double smoke implies...
Oh, there's a huge gap.
That's for him to occupy, though. Maybe he can sweep through. They're in the blind spot, walking in, using that smoke to their advantage as well. They could even boost to deny the plant here. Opponent alone's not going to be in the position to stop this denial, and with DJ's HP...
Oh, the molly spread!
What a sad way for a round to conclude. Poor DJ. Just a little spread of the flame puts him back to spawn, and Liquid are up to 10 already. It's definitely fun and games for them.
Got a report back from Spammy, who was definitely in. He was doing the stocking of the shelves. He's all over the shop, so he's not just doing one thing.
He's all over.
Yeah, bit of Spammy of all trades. Henry, he's watching on his balcony actually, so getting some sun and watching Counter-Strike at the same time is Henry.
Nice one, Hank. Tech9's charging through middle, and it's usually Elige that gets to play this game, and oh, he's used a lot of bullets there. We'll slow them down and repel them just through the traces alone. OC's not going to let that frag go. Nicely balanced swing. Oh, jumping straight into the crosshairs of Naf there. Yeah, this is coming all too easy. The armored pistols, not as threatening as they can be, as Naf makes short work of them. Not one more to go to add to his tally. Hello and goodbye. The Silenced M4 too strong.
Oh, his body's just
a big splatter.
That's a crime scene right there.
It is, yeah. Someone get the investigators.
That's a cool keyboard by Naf there. Look at it, it's very blue. On brand with Liquid.
Abada. Yeah, it is. It is a nice keyboard.
Thing is, I don't know anything about keyboards. I won't even pretend. I just know, like, Rush was once upon a... he was telling me that you gotta lube up your switches.
Yeah, Rush spends more time lubing up his switches than most.
That's true. Well, he likes his keyboard to sing. He needs to go from 1 to 0 quite often, and so does Jakey. I don't think Jakey uses the same brand, though. I think they're into different types.
Oh, yeah?
Here's Elige again.
He just gets so much freedom right now. I think he's just on full fun mode. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Could be run down. That's Peter's objective, but OC's just such a consistent presence. Short, not anticipating Elige with the swing. And they're just congregating, ready to be crunched. Look at this, Nav, Elige, they all just want to go for this. They're just going to go charging on in. Ben, good frag. Even better from Naf, though, as he does catch the trade. Hinsmoke's not going to help. John G. Oh, Naf gets away with murder, jumping over the spray. And look at Bone alone, just the tip of the dome. Visible from OC, still goes down. And an AWP recovered. So, yeah, I mean, OC's just been so... How many times have we just cut to OC, kill one short, and then cut to Elige, kill one mid? And usually that's the round, unless they go long, and then we cut to Nitro for a quick kill there.
Yeah, so everybody's getting their kills.
So let me see if I can be a Rushly for this one. I'm going to kind of try and visualize what I'm pressing. So I know how the rounds go now.
Okay.
I've outlined it.
Okay.
Can I say numbers, Rush, and you do it?
Oh no, it's Jakey. I don't know.
Oh, Jakey.
You could try. Are your numbers the same as Jakey's numbers?
We'll find out.
All right.
Because I'd imagine that we want to start with Elige. Oh, no, that's damn. Sorry.
We need numbers.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
I'll do names.
Oh, it's actually really stressful. 4. OC. Yeah. Okay, I was close. I think we'll stay with him.
Need 4. A backup number at all times.
2 is backup. 2. 3. Oh, it's hard. I've messed it up. Sorry, guys. I actually don't want to be an observer anymore.
Yeah.
I changed my mind.
PT Tours, I think they say.
T-Tours, Machini TV, colossal throw. Definitely want Nitro for this one, no? Stay on 5.
What number was he again?
Stay on 5.
This is you in the truck directing.
Backup is Svili. Sorry! I'm sorry, it's hard, Jakey. I can't do it. It's really hard.
Oh, dear.
Gosh. Well,
13 to 1.
A learning experience, 13 to 1. And you know, there's probably a couple of people that are tuning in, probably wondering why this game is as one-sided as it is, and I think that would require us to quickly kind of fill them in on the Party Astronaut situation, because I think we haven't done that today.
Yeah, we haven't done that today. The Party Astronauts are in a similar boat to a team called LFO that we had here during Group A. Now, both of those teams, they don't have organizations behind them. They don't have support. They're also from smaller regions. And I know labeling North America as a smaller region might seem a little bit strange, but it has become a smaller region, right? In terms of player base, you can just look at that as one of the leading factors. So to come on over to play against some of Europe's and North America's best, as it were, it was never going to be an easy task. This is more of a learning experience for a team like this. Also with Party Astronauts, they have some players here who have been doing it for quite a while, right? Pone alone, I think, is 31. Pete's, he's here as a stand-in. We haven't even mentioned that. The youngest member of the team is Jonji at 22. Ben's 24, and I believe DJ's 28. So they have a bit more of an elder statesman team here. They're out long. 5 of them.
Now we're cooking. And you get some pit control. You don't get immediately flanked. OC, however, has gone for the ambitious lower tons AWP clear. Elige is on the AWP.
Now that is what we're talking about.
When was the last time you saw Ellie giggle on an AWAP?
Oh, he's having a bit of an Ellie giggle right now, isn't he? I'm going to have a look and see how many AWP kills he has in total of his career. And you,
I'll cast
give me the action.
I'll cast it like he's a primary AWPer shutting down long.
Okay, and if he misses...
He doesn't miss. Elige, the AWPer, has a smoke deployed by his teammate, go wide on it, can mantle up and clear the pit.
105.
Total. Career AWP frags as the Daddy AWPer, Elige, steps up to find his 106th.
That dates back to February of 2015.
Let's go. Elige bucking the trend to put one into PTR. He's been baited. PTR's too good, but Elige does respond with the first. Puts one past the ears of Ben as they take their sweet time to best him. Walking up on the close wall long and more chip damage as it just looks like fun for Nitro. Takes 2 of the 4. Shocks late to the spray, but all good in the hood. Jonji's gone and it's 14-1.
It's Elige. He's at the backside of Catwalk. He can see players pushing him. He's spinning back and forth. Elige electric hold.
Looking to complete the sweep. Team Liquid have looked excellent here on Overpass. And Elige, oh my God, he just executes them.
We're heading to OT. 100 Thieves, they had the advantage. They had Team Liquid right where they wanted them. Flashbang in, and they try and pop out on the back of it. Elige opening it up. Go on, bud. There it is, number 4.
It's about to get real cool over here towards their round.
Doesn't work out, but there's Elige. You said you wanted to see him. T3000 on the map. You've seen a lot of him. That's stunning from Elige. That's the big dog you want.
they're still down there, and now the spray, the murder box.
Two rounds away from the magical 16, and we're just starting the second half. Chad, you did some maths.
Yeah, it doesn't happen very often, but when it had a little bit of a look, so since very early in 2015 until now, let's call it 7 years, Elijah's professional career has been spanning over that time. 105 AWP kills over those 7 years. You average that out, that's 15 AWP kills per year. So the fact that you just saw him with the big green in his hand, everybody, that's like a blue moon.
Yeah, he got 2. So 2 of the 15 of his average year happening in that one. Completely perfect, actually. So let's get back into the frags.
Rush B.
Rush B no stop, and Ben puts a stop to it, actually. PTR and Ben hanging out in the back of a Camino. As a kid, Elige was a skid, does take down Ben and needs 2 more, but it's not going to happen. Instead, it's Shocks in the 1v3, and it's unlikely. And it's done, so okay. Party Astronauts 2, Liquid 14.
Team Ace as well, right there. Everybody from the Party Astronauts were able to pick up a kill. So that's good stuff. And they'll be happy about that. You can see the smiles on the faces. Obviously a long game ahead of them if they were to bring this back, but I don't think that's going to happen. Very simple approach here. Not really giving away too many pages of the strat book with a Rush B, are they?
Yeah, you're right. They probably just got the spawns and were like, boys, it's dust too. You do play spawns, don't you?
Yeah, so I can understand that type of a call. Leading to a scout, so do you want to know how many scout kills he has?
I reckon probably just about as many as his AWP. Even less, perhaps. Oh, well, no. John G.
This could go very wrong.
Yeah, I love the aggression. He's about to... What? Oh, no. What? What just happened? He looked like he was AFK or something. I'm just processing that one. He's gone down to Glocks. Shouldn't be too much of a problem. There is an M4 in Catwalk. And it is bodyguarded by the entire squad. So we don't have to get too stressed about it. And we can see that Naf's going to have a go on his scout now. He's hit a tag.
88 scout kills.
88 scout kills over his career.
So what? That's 12 a year, or 12 and a half a year. So 12 and a tag. That's not bad.
Oh.
Not bad at all. So you can see, guys, by the whole point I'm trying to make here is Elige is not known to be an AWPer, right?
Also,
that old saying.
I know I'm not very observant all the time, but have these dead players looked as 3D and broken?
Yeah.
They've been this 3D and broken the whole time.
I think so.
They just look really 3D right now. I don't know, maybe...
I guess you're looking for anything to excite you about this game.
Oh,
really,
God, I'm so unenthused, Chad.
They're getting owned.
They're getting absolutely pwned.
But what if I was to put it to you this way, right? If this Team Liquid is the one that trickles into the RMR and then into the Major, and then next week, EG have got their act together with Cirque running around, doing on the AWP, Breeze popping some heads, Stewie on the entry frag, and Rush is back being an anchor, right? Automatic, he's back from Valorant 2, and North American Counter-Strike with Furia seems revived. Are you excited?
Ooh, yeah, actually, yeah. I could do a whole script going on about that.
There you
Captain
go.
America.
Yeah, there it is. You know, we can really get some excitement going. But in this game right here, the Party Astronauts are being sent to space.
But I mean, God, we need it. You know, like, I'm not saying Counter-Strike sucks. It doesn't. But Counter-Strike's always better when North America's better. It's always a nice additional string to our competitive bow. North American fans also very, very supportive and welcoming. A lot of fun has been had over the years.
Hinge Smoke is going to spam. Not going to get any damage down there as old Pete. But up Catwalk, they can mantle OC, Nitro, and Elige in the pack. Naf and Shocks on the extremities right now. And Pone alone is alone on top of A. It's Ben anchoring Pit. Pete in float through the CT spawn.
Pone alone. Looking to give Liquid the bone.
They could just get away with a very simple cat execute here, right? Elige has a smoke, so does that of OC. They could also go for a mid to B. They've been able to draw Pete back over, so that would be the right call. But Ponalone's playing close to this smoke here right now on short, so the jig is up, especially if he gets flashed forward.
He wouldn't turn this, would he? He's surely... Oh, Barrel.
Barrel.
He didn't see it, and Ponalone gets a PB, snaps into Nitro, and that'll do nicely. Remember that 16-14 Pi Astronauts win? Remember that one?
That one hasn't come past my docket just yet.
Okay, yeah, no, all right. But they are
3 on 5.
verging onto Jonji's position, and he's got him nice and low. That shocks, though, as the lone survivor. And that's the day done. Quick wrap up. Everyone should get an upgrade. Ben still left with a FAMAS after all of that, which is a shame. But 4-14. Still getting cream crackered. It could be something as simple as a little deagle into B. But look at this one. Second shot's great. The first of the transfer into Nitro.
It is wild how Elige, as a very keen gamer, didn't see that little tiny barrel right there, but it is minuscule.
I'd also
right?
argue it's probably because it was the white M4 with the white wall.
Actually, that could be true. That could actually be playing on in as a bit of a factor there. Well, back down to pistols here. This time it is some deagles and the scout. Nitro's going to whip the scout out this time around. See if they can find anything. He's just trundled through lower. Pete's well aware of the possibility. They do have a flash for NAF, so short control, run boost with the flash and go. That sounds somewhat interesting.
Yeah, you got my attention. Jonji's really concerned about the mid to B, so it is all going again on Ponalone. Okay, standing. Oh! Sat down. Bent over the knee.
Great nade.
That could be the second nade. Bang! PTR gets a double with the top spin pokey. Ball shocks, whittles away at Jonji with the jumps, and this is getting funky. Just NAF and OC now. Just NAF now, because it'll be the final to collect. And we get ourselves a lovely double out of those nades.
Yeah, really
Triple
good
for
util
PTR.
use. Yeah, the jumping right there with Shocks just looking at it like, come on, mate.
They get their
Come
bomb
on
down.
now,
You know,
mate.
like everyone wins. Pi Astronauts get another round on the total, and Liquid get themselves a bomb plant with all the bells and whistles for the next. This is Nitro's opener. This is how you open up the site. And these are the nades perfectly placed for the double.
Yeah, that, you know, a lot of players as well, when they do that type of a nade, can like hit the lip, right, underthrow it a little bit or overthrow it. That was quite deep from PTI just there, but it paid on off. Naf's done the over the top of the mid molly. He's throwing that one over the new wall that's been placed, and he's going to pair that up with an Xbox smoke. So well handled here as they allow OC to work his magic with the AWP over towards B, and DJ's alone. So danger, Will Robinson, danger.
Thought Peter was actually going to go for something audacious there. He was like flirting with a lower tons push, which would have been destabilizing to say the least. You can imagine this boost would be uprooted now. Ponalone, I can't believe he's brave enough to stick around. Elige is fighting and... I was going to say fighting an AWP. Ponalone doesn't even just choose to fight it at all. Just very intimidating presence. Elige on the rifle. He doesn't miss much. Hinge smoke, the pixel line up, so Liquid on nerds.
And back towards B they go. So OC went tunnels, then went all the way back through the smoke, and now he's going all the way back towards B again. So whatever they liked over towards short and middle, it seems to be luring them back in.
Such a good call as well, because it's just DJ. Completely alone, and as they walk on in, a single flash gets him ready, but OC's posted up and collects the only defender of B. Now the util will rein in, and Jonji's going to try and be the hero, just hoping there's a gap in their setup. Off the flash, and he charges down the bomb carrier. Stops the plant, buys time. Ben contributing through the smoke as well. They've done a lot with this. Jonji's presence alone has made the round interesting.
You just still get that bomb down. 25 seconds, and Shox is going to plant behind the tall box. Ponalone lining up a flash now from spawn, and Ben's going to smoke off dark. So they will go for this. There's the smoke, and an extra flash here for Ponalone. He can double flash their way in.
This is great. Communication's quick. Flash is required. You better have the good lineup for it. So Naf's going to eat this. Go. Turns, no, and clears, and yeah, that's easy for Naf to collect. OC ahead of the smoke, and that's Ponalone to save.
I think it caught Ben there, so maybe a bit of a miscomm on the timing, or maybe misunderstanding where the first flash was going to go, because some of you want like a left and a right flash so that you're covering all your bases right there. But Ben cops the brunt of that. You can see him come in White faced and going to go all down as Pwn alone tries to save the AWP over towards the ramp.
It's the normie maps, right?
Yeah, we have
Which one's next?
Mirage and then Inferno if we need it.
Okay. Mirage.
So one more map for Liquid to pick this up 2-0. One more round for them to get past on the first map of play. And they've opted to take it to Mirage, right, as the second map of play here. So it's not going to be over for Party Astronauts by any means. But, you know, when you go into Team Liquid's territory, you're expecting them to pick it up in similar fashion to this. But here we are. Double AWPs pulled on out here for what could be the final round of play. Pete picking mid, Pwn going long. And you normally know what that smoke means. Yeah, exactly this. Gonna try and be a naughty, naughty boy is Pete. I think he's thought better of that. Giving up the opening death with an AWP would not be the way you want to play it.
So you got the gift of Pwn alone posted up here in terms of info, and that's just about to change with a smoke. Hinge potential, or just a pop. It is Jonji with the UMP. Safe. Oh no, it's not. Perfect pop
Hard
flash.
clear.
Very hard clear. And Elige running him down. PTR punished for the single miss he made. And now they've got a 5v1 onto DJ's site. There he goes. Liquid just absolutely manhandling the Party Astronauts to secure themselves the 16th. Pwn alone, the one. But there you have it. Liquid. They'll take Dust 2, the Astronauts pick, and just one map away from collection. We do get the opportunity to hear from them mid-series typically. They can see big smiles on the faces. I'm sure the vibes are at a real premium right now. Let's see if Heku can grab Shoxy for a bit of an update mid-series.
Yeah, Chad, I'm trying to grab Shocks there a bit of it. Shocks. Yes. On the server, we have players from America, right? We have from Canada, and you're the only European here. Do you have a feeling that you're kind of playing maybe like an NA qualifier or something?
No, we're gonna see that at the RMR for sure. Like it's gonna be exciting for the RMR.
Well, the next map is going to be Mirage, and yesterday you kind of had some difficulties. In the first half, it was 13-2, but you actually kind of gave a motivational speech to your teammates. You're like, hey, things happen, we're going to make a comeback, and it's going to be a 14-0. Will you give some kind of like motivational speech right now?
No, right now it's not needed. We had a talk previous in the day to actually fix our mistakes and to understand like what went wrong yesterday. Like the 13-2 yesterday was a bit hard to handle because like we just lost the first against the pistol and we lost like 5 post plants during the entire half. So it was really rough from that part. But normally, like I mean, we are still confident. We know we are good on especially on City, and our team average have been like pretty good lately. Just like yesterday was a bit raw, especially about the post plant. Otherwise, like we could have easily take at least 6 or 7 rounds, and after who knows what can happen. So we just like make sure like we just fix some mistakes like that to not get to actually like win the round when we get the site and we get the bomb plant.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Name 3 CS coaches.
Amiran, Remy, and Amy.
Who?
Amy.
Who's Emi?
Amy guy. Serban.
He was a player.
Really?
He was a player in FPX.
Really?
Yeah.
He's a coach, no?
At some point, yeah, but the last role he had was a player. It's okay. But there were so many coaches you could have said. What was the first one?
Amiran. The coach passed in Never Junior.
Okay.
Amy, bro.
It's okay.
Name 3 things you throw on CSGO.
Grenades, rounds, maps. That was good.
Name 3 people that you are smarter than.
Alex, Crims, and Keita.
I could see that one coming.
Name 3 players who've transferred teams in the last year.
Transferred? Dupree, Magisk, and Monacy.
Name 3 terrible video games.
Valorant, Elden Ring,
Fortnite.
and Fortnite. Elden Ring, I see. What is Elden Ring?
New game, bro. Everyone loves it.
It's okay.
Name 3 things people shout on TeamSpeak.
Can't say that.
I've got nothing. Not safe for work. I don't know.
Offline and online? G2, Gambit, Navi. They were all wrong.
Better.
Name 3 teams who are better online than offline.
Gambit, Heroic, LFO.
Nice. Very nice.
Alex, name 3 websites you visit often.
HLTV, Twitter, Facebook. There are other social media platforms that are available.
Name 3 items of utility.
Smoke, Flash, HE.
1300 hits. Cuke, the... Fuck. I got lost. How do you say opposite of cucumber, the other thing? Pickles. Like pickles, mushrooms. And losing in finals.
What's up, everybody? I just got off the phone with Elige. He said, it ain't much, but it's honest work. Absolutely farming Party Astronauts. Shout out to him. And to be honest, Liquid just overall looked unstoppable.
They looked unstoppable, and yeah, the map pick coming in from the side of Party Astronauts. We kind of knew what they were going for, but when you have Alicia and Nap just running around, Alicia even taking out the AWP. I like how Chatty B brought out some pretty cool stats. It's like, what, 12 op kills every year, and we got to see one of them here today.
Yeah, the start of that second half, Party Astronauts got 4 rounds in a row, but ultimately, they got snapped back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity, and they came crashing back down to Earth.
We've lost
Map 1, Team Liquid.
We've lost him. We've lost Parla.
I've lost it because, I mean, you guys can't see us when the graphics and the assets are rolling, but when we say our little lines, we're always looking at each other and laughing. Yeah, that one, I lost it completely. And yeah, Party Astronauts did as well. It's hard sometimes to break down these very dominant performances. What can you guys tell me other than Liquid were just doing everything right? They had more firepower.
Yeah, clearly. They had so much more firepower. You could see how everyone was kind of individually making plays. There was no... They didn't have to bring out a synergy and a teamwork, right? Of just running around, going for this cheeky, ratty one-way smokes. Elige with the AWP, Naf running around, getting kills at will. And look, even though Party Astronauts were able to string a few rounds together in the second half, let's be real, it was never going to be close on 16-5 the scoreline. It's actually better than what we expected it could be, Paula. Could have been 16-1.
I love the way you just brought it back to an 8-mile lose yourself reference out of nowhere.
Why not,
Paula? It was so good, Alan. Yeah, so Party Astronauts certainly lost themselves on this one. Did you notice anything that they could change going into map number 2?
Nothing small in particular. I will say that in quite a few rounds, they were getting opening kills. It was going 4-on-4, but the minute it went mid or late round, both the individuals in Team Liquid and kind of the team play, the mid-rounding, the calling, they were just kind of miles ahead, unfortunately, of Party Astronauts. So going into that second map, My guess would be communication might have been a little bit off, so maybe that could help. Maybe use a few more of your attack pauses, slow the game down. But ultimately, I'm not sure what they can do against players like Naf and Elise in this sort of matchup.
I did see, like, one player we touched upon, we want to see performance, has to be John G, right? He had a bit of a quiet game here. In fact, he had some weird rounds. He just stopped running in the middle of nowhere. He was just going for the jumping kill from elevator while he's getting shot at the same time, and he did not budge. He just went for it. Unfortunately, he didn't quite get those kills, but these two guys, they did.
Yep, aim high, head-to-head, Elise and Naf, the standouts. As you guys mentioned, when players like that are just firing off on all cylinders, I would imagine it's difficult for any team at the highest level to shut them down. And Party Astronauts, you know, as the underdogs, as the team with less experience at this level, we've seen what happens when a team like that goes against them when they're playing really well.
Yeah, absolutely. And the thing for Liquid is, sure, they did suffer a loss, but that was against Movistar Riders, who are right now top of the group. They've been looking incredible thus far. So even though that was a loss, I don't think we can really call it a massive upset. Overall, the other games they've played, you know, against teams like Big and whatnot, they've looked clinical as hell, looking very, very solid. So it's a good sign if you're a Team Liquid fan. And for Party Astronauts, again, we have to reiterate, they're not, you know, there's no pressure on them. There's nothing to lose. You can just have some fun and try and, like you said yesterday, Alan, just try and, you know, if you have any pocket strats, you want to try anything on a live game, because it's very different from scrimmages, so to speak, that you can actually try and execute them here today and maybe see how it pans out.
Yeah, and I think thinking back to the veto as well, having seen how that map played out, I really do think they should have picked into Overpass, because you just see across the board, Liquid never looks uncomfortable in that game, and all the individuals, they play so well in their spots.
Well, you said that Dust 2 pick was left of field, and so in that sense, a gambit by Party Astronauts that did not pay off.
Yeah, well, obviously they have their own reasons. Maybe they're just thinking with a stand-in, this is the best we've looked, maybe scrims as well. I just feel like in a matchup where you know you're such a heavy underdog, you got to take a bit of a punch. You got to go for something where you're going to at least try and put kind of Liquid on the back foot, try and make them uncomfortable. And unfortunately, that didn't happen at all in that game.
I mean, the reason it took Dust 2 is also because they looked, I think that's the one map the individuals looked best in, right, against Big. But unfortunately, it was Ponlone and Peter who stepped up on that map, and Peter was nowhere to be found over here. Even John G not really finding any openings on the T side. So yeah, didn't quite pan out the way they kind of wanted it to.
Mirage, guys, do you see it going any other way than what we just saw on Dust 2?
No, not really. I mean, look, end of the day.
Tighter scoreline.
No. Have you watched Liquid on Mirage? It's terrifying. They're really, really good. Sure, they lost Movistar Riders. Sure, there were a couple of rounds against Big, you know, where they lost to Pistols. But man, oh man, they look fantastic on that map. Especially watching OC with an AWP to CD side. It's beautiful.
Yeah, I guess Party Astronauts will get to start off on the stronger side. Maybe if they get a pissed around a couple of the lucky one-on-ones, we can at least make this a more competitive scoreline. But as Blair's mentioning, it's hard to see any avenue in this matchup for them to get a foot up.
All right, well, Blair, Alan is coming up shortly. Mirage, is it going to be 2-0 then? I think you guys are set on that.
I'm set on that.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yep.
All right, well, everybody at home, that is what is up next. Map number 2, Mirage. Look, we can only hope that Party Astronauts can find some extra level, find the top of their form, but perhaps it's a step too far against this absolutely on fire Liquid.
Love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
Choose nades, choose a smoke, choose a flashbang. Choose team badges to support your favourite CSGO team. Choose an ESEA Premium membership. Choose routes you know bring in wins. Choose pro video tips. Choose the fan club wars. Choose behind the scenes content. Choose good grades. Choose guns you know you can shoot right. Choose bingo. Choose the equipment you know is going to get your team the win thanks to heat maps. Choose the CSGO Hub Premium, the complete package to help you and your squad achieve all your CSGO goals.
He's going for the big gun. I'm gonna go for this guy, okay? This could be a big goom. It's not a goom, it's not a goom. One more. Okay. He's inside. Oh, he's outside? He's inside? He's outside? Okay, I'm going for some no-scopes.
Okay, see you there.
360s.
Nice.
One fella here looking at you directly. I'm going. That count? Okay, I just got pinged like crazy. I'm probably dead here.
I will never let you down, Rushley. Behind the fence line,
Hey, I'm going. I might be able to strafe around the back of him. Oh, he's moving back towards the gates of hell.
Bush.
Try and get out of it.
I'm stuck.
You got more to put on?
That's it.
Okay. Okay, I'll tell you when. Oh my god, 2 of them. I'll let you know when I'm ready. Alright, now. Beautiful. Beautiful. Teammate here on that thing, kind of far. I'm just gonna go. One left, apparently.
Redemption, time for salvation. Today is meant to be day of victory, time for history. Reverse the tendency, fight the entropy, channel your rivalry. You're praying for fortune to come. You're hearing the sound of the drums. It's too late to backtrack, but back your back now. Keep your feet on the road and stand up. You've got what it takes to fight back. Don't stop until you black out, out. Stand up, you've got what it takes to fight back. Don't stop until you black out. Give all you got, show them how to make it. Save your team, be a hero. Take home the cup, be a star. They wait.
We're back in business, and so are Liquid. They're cooking up a storm, and it was a quickie in the firstie. We're ready to get our second underway. Mirage. A map that I believe actually Chad Burchell loves, and I don't think we can start. Now, I did my research. You need 5 players sitting down to get it started, and it looks like they're just actually playing from the bathroom.
Well, that was only a mirage there, Alex. That's the power of television. We caught that shot while they weren't there, but let me tell you, they are indeed, because we're underway.
All right, and let's see their CT setup. A lot of people like to go for a little 4-man B in mid setup. They've gone for it very aggressively in the sense that they could be around the world, and well, Pwn alone again, and he's got so much to deal with on his plate. Jonji perhaps is going to be the unknown entity, but he's been flashed, and his teammates smoked, fragged through the smoke, and jumped on. Oh, it's horrible. It's absolutely horrible.
It gets worse apparently here. Shox, well, has slinked on through. Pwn alone did manage to find one, denying that plant. Would need many more, and he's not going to get any more.
Shox is gonna. I'd love to see how Shox like really find his old form in Liquid. Like that would be just the cherry on top. You've already discussed what's more likely, what's more feasible with his arrival there, and I'm sure he's gonna have good games and bad games. But just it would be so cool to see him changing language, never mind anything else, and being able to deliver with a whole new set of components. Great looking pistol. You can see his precision and his understanding.
This sounds silly, but I feel like Liquid need less of him than what Vitality did.
Yeah, I would agree.
So if that is something which is a consistent factor where he doesn't need to produce all the time, he's probably going to be one of these players who we will see have like the occasional 30, like with tremendous impact, and be like rolling back the years, and we'll do all that fun stuff. But here we go, force buy from the party astronauts. Junji up on the count with the Deeg in hand. Pone alone towards connected with only a USP and a HE, so he's going to have to find some damage with that one.
Junji's Deeg's threatening.
Yeah, and this gap here that Nitro's been able to find himself in will catch anybody crawling up mid. So nobody pushing just yet. The MP9, sorry, the MP5 at range. MP9 is on the other side of things as a connector smoke is lopped on out. They're about to waterfall through the palace position and body blocked. Here we go, and we're out.
And no one's looking. And run over by Naf, smack 10. Eventually, he actually just goes for the assists. He's going to see how many assists he can get in this game.
He wants a triple-double this game. So he wants a double... Well, he wants 10 in kills, assists, and deaths. The triple-double.
That's the triple.
Yeah. It's a... I think they call it a basketball term.
Oh, I thought it was like a McDonald's order. I'll take a triple-double, please, mate.
Yeah, well, that's best friends with your quarter-pounder you were talking about before.
Yeah.
And here it is, just DJ, hoping he can hold on to this Scouts. I don't think it'll be too much of a worry if he does for Liquid, who are able just to cascade over them with quite the fast A play. Hey, hey, hey.
You know, at one point in America, they were trying to introduce the third pounder, which is like, obviously more meat, but Americans saw the lower number and assumed that they were getting less bang for their buck, and it was that it didn't sell.
Is that real?
Yeah, that's real. A third pounder.
This isn't a Kevin McAllister situation.
That's not a Kevin McAllister.
I always have to just ask now. I have to be certain. Okay, yeah. Well, marketing, it does a lot, right? The name, the branding, the way you're going to put it forward.
The third pounder failed because the average person did not understand fractions. The public thought a quarter pounder sounded like it was more than a third pounder because the number 4 is larger than the number 3. We paid attention in school, didn't we, gamers? We know.
Fractions are the easy ones, guys.
Yeah.
Percentages, it gets a little bit more difficult. But I can tell you there's a 90% chance that Team Liquid win this round.
Oh, okay.
You know, Anders has that little skybox thing that Blast used to put on, and it tells you it predicts, the AI predicts. I'll be like the AI here. So 90% chance that Team Liquid win this round.
Oh,
now it's gone up to 95 with the first.
Okay. Well, I love a 5% underdog story.
96, 97, 97, 98, 100.
Wow. Really updates in real time.
It's accurate.
It's very accurate.
Yeah. And, you know, it barely gets them wrong. Doesn't chip in every round, though. It'll be once in a blue moon type of a scenario here. Is double orbs coming out here for the party astronauts. Well, we've seen Pone alone be rocking it. We know that Dirty Pete Peak.
Dirty Pete Peak.
Yeah, that's his brother.
His brother from another mother.
Yeah, that's Dirty Pete's brother.
Yeah,
so,
I got an update on him, by the way, in the sense that he's actually really loving the poker transition. And
does you know our mate Doug Stanhope? Is that his name?
I can't remember.
Where did Stanhope from?
Stanhope. But I reckon something I hadn't and you hadn't considered is I'll bring it up in the next eco. Let's give this justice because they've just got the opening kill.
Okay.
So party astronauts maybe are going to do something to build into this. They'd love a shutout. I'll tell you that much because there's already quite extra funds in the coffers. Certainly with Nitro still with an MP5.
Maybe it's his lucky MP5. We'll see how long he can hold on to this one as they start to trundle up catwalk here to facilitate a pick from that of OC. Aggressive ramp play now from Ben and Pone as Naf is the man on the other side of this. Now, Senderi should be over towards the Sam Widge position, and they're going to be noting that there was a player up close and personal. Naf rerouting now up through Palace, so still not knowing what lies along the way. There's the bench smoke, and they're going to scale on A here.
Now the double Tetris clear.
Guys.
Yeah, Pone alone. If he could just... Oh, I was going to say bait and switch. He's doing so much for the squad here. He's 3 kills deep. Nitro knocks him for 6. Yeah, you don't want to be planning there. Fake is good enough.
You do now.
Draws them out. And the last frag could come in now. They know he's on CT. Pete to try and close it out. Evades the flash, isolates OC, just forcing them off the bomb with his existence alone, closing the gap, and a no-scope from Peter. He is doing it. Up against OC, the quickest AWP from the West. And now let's see. He jumps into him, giving him the fight. 10 seconds, Pete.
Time, such an issue.
Survival is your best friend. Dancing around the smoke now. 5, what is he doing? What game is he playing? 3 seconds, just survive. And Pete with a clutch and avant-garde approach. It's the hard work opponent alone, but Peter pulls it across the line. You can thank him for that one.
Oh, I was clenching on to thin air right there. That one got very, very spicy for a second. They're having a bit of a chat about it right now. OC ended that one with a lol and Pete with a face, and Naf writes NA round. So I think that one was a bit of a fiesta. But what were you going to tell me about poker?
He was telling me that one of the things he's really been cherishing as a lifetime CS player and getting into poker is that you've only got yourself to blame. You know,
okay.
When you're lingering on a loss, you're not thinking about the 4 other players, the 4 unquantifiable teammates.
Okay.
It's all on you.
It's all on Shox right now. On his own here, has them all around him. There's one, and they're chasing and can get away. Needs a gun, though.
Lovely. Oh, actually cost him his life. Yeah, DJ did run him down. That's good. They have the whole A site, though. So at least this round gets exciting in a retake variety if they choose to go for it. OC may have just cut down the prong that he would have encouraged and enticed them in.
He's just going around the world, and he's the man with the kit here as well. So might just be the save call, and I think it is. They pulled the plug. Out they go. Just going to hold on to what they have. And Shox did well to get one there. And he also got a lot of information, which helped spur them on towards A. But OC's kill with the AWP, that was the one to seal the deal. And we'll see sitting at 4-1 momentarily now as the bomb over halfway ticked.
I always wondered about what Pete was looking at there. Like, there's a mug and 2 stools. And yet, you know, like the breakfast station of the apartments. Yeah, he's standing on it there.
Yeah.
So, like, are we assuming that there was kind of like an office-type vibe, and this is like where you would... Because it's a very oddly designed apartment. Like, you've got your microwave, you've got your cast iron skillet. That's
of course, your paper towel.
Paper towel.
You know, Kassad's a big fan of that.
So I would presume that you have your little coffee staring at the wall, but it's not much of a view.
No, but I think if you take a look, there's not a whole lot of space. You don't want to put a table in the middle there, do you?
Yeah, you're right.
You're going to have to negotiate your way around. And if you're living alone or you're just a couple, you know, it's okay.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. And they spent their budget wisely on rugs and
that's
furniture.
True. Yeah. Well, that fridge looks like it's probably the most expensive thing in the whole map here.
A lot of rug stores around as well.
They also own the TV up the end there in the hallway.
Yeah, but it's bloody on the fritz again.
I don't know why they have an outdoor section in their house.
Yeah, I mean, it's the sunshine.
And no one's taken the trash out.
That's true. They have been negligent. There's no denying that they're not proper housekeepers. Pone alone couldn't be more blind. And nothing to report until Nitro comes behind him. He'll have a look. Nitro catches him. Pone alone gets to pull the trigger first, but Nitro's definitely looking well drilled on the crosshair.
Well, Jonji has a Zeus, and everybody, you know what that means. So silence, please.
You don't need warm-ups. Do re mi fa sol la ti ma do.
Well, not today, they say. I was very ready for that one there.
Yeah, no, you really hyped me up. Maybe we can get one next round. Because there's no more Zeus's in play now, and DJ's out of here.
He's going to grab what he can. They've got an AK, they've got an M4. They're going to do their best to hold on to this and see if they can keep carrying things forward. The buy will be coming through in the next. It is going to be 2,900. Players are just catching up, apparently so. So here it is, Shox with the step on in. One of those rifles removed. Poor Ben, not ready for that. And there it is, DJ will take down Shox. But just working out a Rocket League date later are Pone alone and Nitro.
They're having a little play date discussion.
I want to know if they want to play together later. Maybe get some Europe. They could be the North American representatives for Rocket League in Europe right now.
Oh, damn. DJ will not let go of his rifle. For the stats, at least. But yeah, they've made a date, and Nitro says no one on his team will play with him.
Yeah, but I can tell you what they're probably playing.
Probably counter.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, well, okay, don't use this Rocket League.
No, I'm not. You can play other games, it's fine, but I just feel like, you know, a lot of players just play Counter-Strike. You just have certain people that are just Counter-Strike players. Like, for me, I'm not a gamer. No, I don't like other games.
Especially when I was, you know, playing a whole lot of competitive Call of Duty. be framed as a gamer.
Yeah.
And yet, it was just one game I'd play as soon as I woke up and as soon as until I went to bed. So
Precisely.
are you a gamer or are you just a game? PTR rocking the Dragon Lore.
Being a bit of a gamer.
Yeah, look at this. One to the belly. Leash gone. He's having some fun with it. And I am glad to see that he is off the leash. Maybe he's ready for another Nitro frag, but loudly jumping into the ankle. It's not going to work out for him this time. He's got some moves. Just not always the best of moves.
Yeah, Nitro's got some clicks on him. He's hit a couple good shots this game already. Now, Shox is up and above Jonji, who has to stay planted in this position, virtue of no window smoke right now. Ben and Pone over towards B, and there it is, the peek into Naf. Jonji's dead. Now it is just 3 more to find. DJ with a lot of space over towards A. Shox has been noted with the sound steps in. Ben will grab that, and we find ourselves in a 3-on-3, but we funky fight in T-spawn as well. It's happening all over the place, Alex.
Yeah, DJ was waiting for so long on Palace, and as they're coming back to him, he extends. Should be a very dead Naf. Good catch from Ben. So this, oh, he didn't catch a glimpse of Nitro on ramp, so he's going to have a bit of a mistimer running in his head. Ponalone's still worried about B, so, I mean, as soon as OC gets up, I don't know if he's going to want to be the bodyguard or the planter. Probably better to have Nitro bodyguard and push up, take space.
There's just so many positions to worry about right now. But the thing is, as Nitro procedurally clears, Ben steps in.
Not the end of the world, but the warning shot's been given. And yeah, it does seem like it's going to be OC to plant safe. Nitro pushing up, and oh, Ben.
It won't be accounted for here.
Yeah.
Ben won't clear this.
Not considered it.
Not at all. Well played from Nitro.
He's definitely looking good. And I do think, you know, like the Team Liquid were doing nothing but scrims practice and very regimented ever since arrival here. And I think that, you know, the individuals' performance is an embodiment of that. They came here with a point to prove. I think Katowice really left a bad taste in their mouth and wanted to just make sure that, especially with the group they were given, that they took the spot that they felt they deserved.
Yeah, so this is an important win for them. They play against the Players tomorrow, so that'll be a big game for both of those teams. That is kind of the headline matchup of this group.
Second now, basically.
Yeah, so I think here, as long as Liquid win and Players win later today, then our top 3 are locked in, right? So if the favorites win today, continue to win today, then we will be looking at tomorrow, not as a dead rubber. There's 5K per game, right, that you win, and there's obviously a bit of pride on the line. I think that players might want to prove to themselves as well after a couple of close games that they can still compete as one of the very best. Liquid want to continue their hard work. Movistar Riders will get to play Party Astronauts, so that might be a bit of fun for them. And then the final game will be Big versus Godsent, I do believe.
Yeah, but Nitro is really having a lot of fun against the Astronauts right now in that highlight package. You can see he's just constantly hitting some bangers. The DJ shot on Spawn, and then the previous round from Underpass onto Pone alone with a jumping panic. Talking of jumping, we do run boost OC across. Just a standard procedure these days. And DJ just edges into OC's scope. That really is the dream scenario for Ignorpa posted up in mid.
Yeah, just going to keep finding the picks here, aren't they? Keep turning the screws. Individuals just looking for plays on their lonesome now. So Nitro with a flash, he's going to make some noise. Trying to keep the feet planted of PTR over towards B, and he has done exactly that.
Pone alone's got the ramp responsibility ironed out to him. Now, knowing Shox, he's going to be very well drilled, and he'll stay exactly stationary until OC throws out the flash.
Excuse me, Jakey, I know that we'll probably miss a kill here, but can you show Ben's M4 for everybody at home? Oh, he's dead. Jay, Gunfinder, can you find Ben's M4 for everybody at home? Just want to show them the sticker on it.
Oh, okay. Well, OC's dealt with the Pone alone CT presence, and actually Jonji this time does get out of the smoke, and he's a threat. Elige is too, though, and his teammate's gone, so Jonji now up the creek. No paddle, and no hope or health.
There it is.
Yo,
a Liquid sticker, you know.
He's representing.
Yeah, and this is the thing. They're obviously fans of one of the greatest North American Counter-Strike organizations that we've seen, right? And it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, no surprises there.
So just thought that was a fun little Easter egg for everybody to be catching right here. But here's the opener and essentially the closer there at the same time. Ben plays for info, walks on in, goes on down. And sure, there's a couple kills back and forth the other way. But here we are at a 7-1 scoreline.
Party Astronauts, no fun to be had here. They're going to be charging on up. Early mid info. Bit of a change setup. You can see what they've done. They've dispatched DJ to be the solo B player. Gives Peter a little bit of extra room to maneuver around.
It's their party, and they'll cry if they want to.
Who is that?
don't know. This is like retro. This is from like the 80s. I was probably listening to it in my mother's womb. It's my party and I'll cry if I want to.
It's probably back because
cry if I want to. Probably on the TikToks, right?
Leslie Gore.
No idea.
1963. Oh, so you were about 20 years old.
63.
Yeah, so you were in your 20s then.
Bloody hell. Okay.
Young whippersnapper back then.
Holy moly.
It's my part. It's because it's back. It's come back. Everything's cyclical.
Oh, this one's taking its time to rev on up. 55 on the clock. Back towards A we go for the execute. Shox will be the late lurk coming through the underpass, and the rest of them will use their util to get onto this A site. The MP9, Jonji, test numero uno.
Elige is quite a stern adjudicator, though. He doesn't like any funny business in his exam hall.
That's the red pen.
Yeah, that's a sad face, grumpy, frowny face. Try better.
That's a team molly. Could be a 1G. Or no Gs.
Ben down. And no Gs today. 8-1. And talking of Gs, or from Gs to cheese.
Oh.
Did you...
A brie?
Not a brie, but from Gs to cheese, because I learned a fun fact that in 2013, 9 babies were born in the UK named Cheese.
They named their kid Cheese?
Yeah, 9. 9 babies exist as are probably called like Cheese Burchill, Cheese Richardson, Cheese Russell, Cheese Byron.
What do you get? What do you get your name for short? Ches?
Yeah. Fromage.
Oh, there's some damage.
Hey, here on Mirage. And if they invite a friend, it will be a mirage à toi.
If you like that one, guys, let Alex know. Some of his best work there.
Thank you very much. I'm here all week.
Okay, well, the week's almost over. It's,
hey!
That's an opener from Pete, and he's going to take the pick. He's going to keep on moving. Keep on grooving. As Pone Alone is adopting a very interesting AWP line. I hadn't seen that one before, but it's because Ben is up in towards the Palace position. So staying scoped in, not to give away a sound cue. I like it.
Yeah, it could be his demise. I don't know if Elige even saw that.
No, not at all.
So,
Elige's dead.
Yeah, he should be. He is. Nice. Pone Alone.
This will be their second.
And a second round on the board for the CTs. Yo, someone just said my name is Cheese in the chat. I think we might have found one of them.
Oh, what's up, Cheese?
Born in 2013. That makes him 9 years old. So get off Twitch, to be honest, actually. Not the place to be educating yourself, Cheese.
Ooh. Okay, watch the OC 1-on-4. Here it is. There it goes.
There it goes.
Easy. Nice little spray there on the ground next to the defuse. Letting them know. But cash, plenty, liquid. We'll be able to buy back in here. Now, this is how this round kicked on off. PTR through the little gap right there, finding Shox on the swing. The flash not enough to deny his vision. And both Orps finding a bit of success here. But this one got stumped because Ben's aggressive position over towards the Palace really was quite potent. You can see him coming out late, just being a bit of a nuisance here. And then Jonji with the barrel bait gets the kill onto OC. So the double ops will be retained. Shox is into a Mac 10. It might be a B exec here.
I hope my website hasn't been misinforming me the whole time, because some of these facts just don't sound right. I'll come back to you with the next eco chat, but I've got a real head scratcher for you. So stay tuned for more head scratching facts here at the Pro League podcast.
Don't go anywhere, guys, because this one, look
hey,
at...
they're just going B.
Well, Pone Alone's walking up mid here. Might find Nitro because he's not prepared for a push like this.
No, it's the opposite of that. Did he just? He did. Naf down. Peter gets one, but rundown now. Look, Mr. Papillon has gone down as well. Lost his wings. PTR puts him in a frame. Nailed. And now Elige is the one to try and sail to equalize. Not happening. Nitro down, and we get 3. All right, Party Astronauts, that means something.
One more of those, and they've completely exhausted this cash for Liquid, right? They will put Liquid in a position where they might have to consider an eco. So right now, the biggest issue is getting a gun into the hands of Naf, but they have been able to drop that across. Nitro will be able to buy himself armor, get the utility needs. OC can even purchase some as well. Bit of a tech timeout call just here, guys. So this would be a great time for Alex to inform us with his faulty facts.
Well, yeah, everything else looks legit. It's just this one really confused me. It says that humans are not at the top of the food chain, but near the middle, on a level with pigs and anchovies.
Is that all it says?
Yeah.
Okay, so if we were obviously operating under the fact that humans aren't the smartest creature on the entire planet, having invented things like cars, computers, and the thing that you're watching.
Yeah, we've got a robot on Mars right now. How many anchovies have got info on Mars?
I get it if we were just with our bare hands. Like if we're fighting like a wolf or a tiger or we're getting stuck in with a bear, we're going to lose.
Yeah, but we've got like 50 caliber sniper rifles that would evaporate the bear before it got close to us.
Precisely. So this here is clearly not...
I'm sorry, I was frustrated. I gesticulated.
He didn't break anything.
Aggressively.
He didn't break anything, and the lid was on. So crisis averted.
And it's impossible to get lost in a labyrinth.
You put your hand on the left wall.
Well, because they only have one possible route, as opposed to a maze. Thank you. That is an amazing fact. I'm a children's TV presenter in the making.
Yeah, you and OJ could start something here, couldn't you?
Oh, I'm making gross noises. Concentration stations, obviously, for this one as we head into round 12. It's default spread. Looking to group up in middle through the upper and lower advantage.
This is a round where Liquid will pull up their socks, right? But quite keenly, in a big way.
Forgot to buy Kev.
Yeah, he had enough money to do so. I guess when they took the technical timeout, he didn't even consider that. So, well, we know Mopos can rock without it. Let's see if Nitro could do the same. Connector smoke, window smoke, those are the things holding them at bay right now. The connector smoke has just subsided, and Nitro looking to throw a deep one of his own right here. Now, as I'm talking about pull up their socks, they don't want to lose 3 consecutive because what that'll mean is maybe even a Party Astronaut's 5th against a lighter buy. So this is an important round for Liquid. Let's see how they can execute. Very separated PTR and DJ from this. Oh, that's a lot of damage.
Yeah, and it could get worse for them if they run into Ben. They missed the molly. Yo, he's got a real chance here. Jonji's already provided onto Nitro. They can break Liquid if they win this one. And Liege, Shocks all falling. This is perfect. If they can keep the bodies alive as well. Jonji continues to post frags. They know Naf's in Palace. He's made that clear.
Saving.
And saving.
All right, this is going to be an interesting half after all, because it will just be the NAF saved AK-47, lost bonus into the next round, only going to be 2,400. Maybe for Nitro, actually, enough to get a gun coming on through. They are trying to target NAF. That molly, it's holding him at bay. He's going to get one. He's getting chased down from the other side here. After time would suck.
Oh, you muppet.
Yeah, well...
I mean, it's not the end of the world. It just would have been cool.
Yeah, but you want to get the kills while you can out here, I think, Alex, especially with how the last map just
went.
But,
you know, one extra second and he clicks and he's done more financial damage than the whole round. Very cool, very cool. Nice work from Jonji. Gets himself a nice second on that window boost. That we missed that in the run of the frags, and they just came really easy. It looks like Liquid have kind of let loose. To kind of summarize, I would imagine that this is probably where they are chilling a little bit.
They're going for another one of these B plays before, and when they did this earlier, Party Astronauts responded. They had a lot of players rotate over very quickly here. DJ's going to jump up. He's going to posture quite aggressively. Top mid's been called clear, so they should be expecting either an A or a B execute.
Yeah, DJ's going to have a little field day. Not if he catches Tech 9 bullets like that. The nades will do damage, but it's up to PTR to defend his site and his honor. Elige is in, and that AK does not miss. Jonji has to save them. They're everywhere. Scattered. He does manage, in the stress of it all, to find Elige and put the weapon down. A miss, though, from the AWP on short. And now, wow, good damage. Liquid. Light weaponry doesn't matter. Reminding Party Astronauts who they're up against. We don't even need the full buy. The Molly's not going to force Shocks out of the fight. Smoke to try and take the kitchen jewel, but it's not being given to him. Naf in the off angle on the clear, and yeah, they're not going to let that slip. Some great shots from everyone there. Naf's hit something, Shocks has hit something, and Elige opening up with that quick on the jiggle AK. Wow, it falls apart quick.
Yeah, that just went from 0 to 100 right there. So really good stuff on that B play. Enough money with Party Astronauts stringing 3 together to get themselves another, close to a buy. Ponalone and PTR continue to prioritize these AWPs, while Paul, Jonji, and Ben are going to be down to an MP9 and a 5.7 respectively. But let's see. A 9-6 half wouldn't be too bad for the Party Astronauts. Just 2 more rounds to do exactly that. OC scrimming up Cat as fast as you like. Look at this.
Yeah, he's having some fun with it. And it's led to his demise. Pone alone catches a glimpse of another down mid. Nade could be well placed.
Timing here. Ben just caught completely off guard. Jonji's found something with the 5.7.
Yeah, I mean, you have to hold fast. The bomb's still way up top mid, and Liquid aren't...
Whoa, 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 whoa!
Jonji Nitro, but Naf's going to get them both. Jonji's such a threat. Elish going to come try and join Naf as he's kicking up a fuss here. Nice play from Naf.
Naf's so lucky to be alive. He jumped around that corner with a knife in his hand, and Peter missed a shot. So a lifeline granted here. Ponalone fast on the T-spawn flank, and DJ to respond from Connector.
If Ponalone's quick about this, and DJ can just live.
He is very quick on the flank.
Ponalone can really rumble the Jimmies. That is, if they don't go all the way through. Oh, he's revealed himself perfectly. Okay, a fifth secured for the Party Astronauts. If they can grab themselves a sixth, which certainly isn't going to be out of the realms of possibility, given that Liquid are a bit all over the place. NAF 6.7, OC 5.7. Everyone else in the doldrums. You can see smiles, fun and games. And I guess if I was also framing something for the Party Astronauts, a driving force, it's going to be just putting yourself in the shop window a little bit. They haven't done so yet, but, you know, I'd say Jonji's been the closest to having a couple of rounds which people will remember you for, keep supporting you for.
Yeah, I think so, right? Look, it's going to be difficult. It is going to be very difficult. When you already have top organizations from your country, right, it's not like there isn't a top North American team.
Yeah.
They're up against them right now, and then EG exists, right? So complexity also in that mix. But here we go. It's B. It's worked before. Will it work again?
How does he get down? Oh, I was going to say completely unspotted, but Elish bouncing around with the bomb, delivers it to them on a silver platter, and the rest should fall into place just like that. Nitro's the last to fall. We got a 9-6 half here, folks. Team Liquid in pursuit of a 2-0 to close this one out in a domestic derby. We'll be joining the fun and games, and I'll be finding some fun facts for you, so do stay tuned. We'll be back with the second half of your second map of your second series.
Hey Future Pros, we have another execute for you and your friends to learn. This execute will help when you are taking the B site on Mirage. For this setup, you will need at least 3 Future Pros and 3 smokes and optionally a bunch of flashes. Let's break this down. Future Pro number 1, you will be throwing one of the arch smokes. To do this, line yourself up with this corner of the cracked stone floor. Aim at the left side of this dark squarish smudge on the wall, then simply jump throw the smoke. Since you threw this from close to mid, I would recommend wrapping around cat to get to B or maybe holding off rotations in mid. Future Pro number 2, you will throw the other arch smoke. To do this, line up with the middle part of this window. Aim to the sky and position your crosshair so it is in the middle of the antenna and the overhang. Then throw the smoke normally. Future Pro number 3, you will be smoking off the window leading into the B site. To throw the smoke, get yourself into this corner. Aim at the corner of this large tower, then jump throw the smoke. Nice and easy. With all 3 of these smokes thrown, taking the B side should be much easier than it would be without them. To make this even easier on your team, get your players to lob as many flashes as possible over the top of B. And as always, good luck.
Good afternoon, folks. We're still here bringing you all the Counter-Strike action from ESL's Pro League. We are in Season 15, and we're at the business end of Group C. Group D to start next week. We've got some big names in attendance there, and right now, big names in the server in Team Liquid. Good to see them back and in full force. They're up against a domestic opponent in the form of the Party Astronauts. It's just been fun and games, I think. Definitely some fun and games towards the end of that half, as we did just watch a real kind of drop-off from Team Liquid. We just got 5 of the last 6 going the way of Party Astronauts, which has given us a competitive half scoreline. Should the pistol go the Astronauts' way, we can have some fun with this. 1xBet's not interested in any fun.
Oh, Unleash, careful now.
That's PTR with all the nades.
And they're coming through underpass here as well, so Unleash is ready for this. Up, over, through the window, caught mid-air, and he still gets away!
Oh, he's done a Spider-Man move. And now with Nitro dead, they could get overrun, but he's still stuck around. Clicks and combines with NAF. And yeah, the whole game plan has fallen apart. Now, DJ parking in the under of Dark is interesting for a moment, but he's been held. Oh, he's so switched on.
Yeah, tight line being held there as well. Ben's got the bomb and a smoke, and well, if he cuts noise now, Shox won't hear him from this short position, so he will be able to make his way close to the site to get a plant. So if we're looking for constellations right now, Party Astronauts should be able to get themselves the cash injection they're looking for. All he has to do is jump past the line of sight of Shox, and he is almost guaranteed to get the bomb down unless he tries to be too tricky. But he's an in-game leader, which tells me he'll probably just go for the plant. But he didn't even get out that window. So Shox with a nice shot right there. You know what seems cool about Liquid, right? If you get OC, Elysia, NAF as your mid trio, and then you have Nitro and Shox anchoring either of the sites, that seems like lots of fun.
Yeah, very
that seems like it seems like a very, very potent trio to have locking down your mid area.
But something that we don't talk about and is, you know, under discussed is players' ability and perception to survive when necessary, you know, and there's nothing you can expect with the experience of Nitro and Shox but that. When you are the solo site anchor, yes, sometimes it's in your interest to get to when there's a full commit and die and take the fight immediately. Other times, it's better to play for the retake, and PTR has just played for a big banging headshot. They might try again. And that doesn't last too long. Oh, look at the shooting gallery in mid. You want to bring Deagles to mid? We'll just bring M4s. And your plant is cancelled. Nitro doesn't even move his crosshair.
Dear.
I mean, that's a classic call. You know, hey, 4 Deags mid. I'll go Palace. I'll try plant.
Yeah, look,
I've even said that.
Definitely a matchmaking classic, that's for sure.
Yeah. Didn't quite get to go to plan against Team Liquid, believe it or not.
No, but they do get the guns out regardless here. So Galil's, AKs, and it was a competitive first half, right? It was a competitive first half. I know they didn't get the pistol conversion. That was a nice shot from PTR. They were just exchanging words there in the chat. So having a good time with things here. But this is Team Liquid on the defense, right? And this is where they should really shut up shop. Close early for the day. It is the weekend after all. Extinguished from Elige, going to play under their top mid smoke and gearing up for what will be the first test of Nitro here over towards a ramp. Nitro is going to get that smoke down. Here they come. Needs a flash from a teammate. Oh, just peeks.
No one's holding him honest, and it does lead to his demise. OC's gone too. They kick open A. Smokes will be good. NAF and Shox are on the other side of the map.
Yeah, if they're respecting Party Astronauts, they'll save, right? And I think at this point, considering how, as you mentioned, of the last 6 rounds, 5 of which went in Party Astronauts' way in the first half, may as well respect them here. You need to. They've actually bought it. They're showing that they can push them with quite a simple approach right there. And it is going to be, well, 1,400 as the loss bonus. OC and Nitro are going to get enough to get themselves a silent stem 4 and armor, right? So it should be good for them, and Shox should be able to drop, but it's not going to be perfect. Might have to be a scout, or maybe they can make this work. OC could drop an M4, Shox could drop a scout, Nitro will be able to buy his own M4, and they'll still have a pretty potent gun round. Let's see if that operates in the same fashion as I'm predicting. Bomb goes off, 7 on the board now for the Party Astronauts, and see how far they can push this one.
5 rounds required for Team Liquid to close here on Mirage. And you can see the way this one went down. Chonji opened up onto Elige in middle, but then the A players, just Nitro collapsing after his Dark wasn't Molotov, but it didn't seem to matter. We're going into round 19 now.
Okay, so they went with a FAMAS instead. So it's rifles across the board, no scope weapon for OC in this one here, and setting up a little bit of early B util. DJ trying to sell a fake. It is just Shox. PTR has to be careful here.
Oh, everyone dies. is so run down. Nice play from OC to get the info and to punish PTR on a late arrival Palace.
2B2 connector, excuse me?
I'm not sure that's the bomb. Pwn alone with the bomb. And they pushing B at the same time.
Well, fight them on all fronts. If you win a couple of duels, you're going to be in. And, well, there's another one for Jonji.
If you can get the bomb across. Yeah, you're really cooking. Jonji versus Elige, though. It's a head-to-head duel that Jonji hasn't weathered.
Should be another round here.
Yeah. No way I can see this going wrong unless Nitro really does kind of become a FAMAS hero and pops Pwn alone on the cross. 2 taps. No, never mind. It's
not worth his fight, right? But if he keeps creeping, this is actually okay. He might be able to deny the plant here.
More than denied. Just a perfect handling. He actually mantles up his head, gets up on the box. OC's late. Delayed by the flame.
Thing is, now OC should be saving, but it looks like he wants to consider the round. Jonji's cut him off. So on the way back, he needs to be very, very particular on his clears.
Pwn alone's AK is called Hydroponic.
Oh, that's a pretty fun name. Oh, the quick change. Just as he came around the corner, OC's just gone for a bad habit. Quick change right there. Oh. That is not much fun.
He could have done something with it in the hero AK of next round. This is how the round started. Like, this is a party astronauts overcoming a man disadvantage. And it comes through this weird fight on all fronts. As it did get you scratching your head, but I'm sure it was scratching Liquid's head as well.
Yeah, because Shox was just asking Jonji where he even came from there, and we know that 2 of them scrimmed up Catwalk and 2 of them went up Connector, right? So they were both able to get their way into things. But down to pistols now. Liquid, they're being pumped, they're being pushed. They are actually...
They're under the thumb.
2 here, so this is great stuff from the party astronauts. And they're even laughing. You saw the big smiles on Ben's face. He's having a giggle.
No fun and games for Nitro. They've been cancelled. Playdate cancelled. And Nav, wow, makes that P250 very threatening presence. And DJ struggling. Oh, God, he actually hit the dink. Oh, and they finish him off.
2 AKs in the same spot.
Yeah, they are very retrievable if they just rush across middle, which they will do. Just throw caution to the wind and retrieve, because now that's going to be a very, or significantly more threatening CT hold if they can get to B in time.
Well, Shox will be flanking here, so if this doesn't get accounted for by Ben, Shox will be here at the perfect timing. They're creeping in contact. Peter's first, Alicia's in window, so nobody's going to be able to respond to this.
Oh, he's just giving
Ben's
it
just
up.
looked away.
Oh, he does get it. Good patience from Ben. Checks in on it. They won't perhaps be ready for another, but the likelihood of a bomb plant, or rather a bomb defuse, is significantly reduced. This will close the gap even more so, dude.
Yeah, this is a game now.
It's going to get it into a proper murky water.
The thing is, like, Liquid, if you think you're just going to come over to the CT side and shut shop, they haven't been able to do that, right? The first gun round, it was a bit more of a bonus. Now they found themselves having to go into this eco territory. You really want to hold on to this AK here going forward just to make sure that your buy looks a little bit better. It's only 2,400 as the loss into the next round. So both of these are going to be great for OC and Elige to have in their hands. PTR and Pwn alone to survive. There's enough cash for them to go for a buy with the win bonus coming on through, and a residual left over for a couple of their players. DJ, before that comes on in, has 5.2, so he's going to have 8.7 after the bomb goes off. Pwn alone is at about 8K as well. So this is looking good for Party Astronauts. Now, if they win this next round, it's very likely they tie things up 11-11, right? Because it will be another hobbled buy for Liquid going forward. So there's no more, silly business here. There's no more just walking all over the Party Astronauts. This is a map, right? You heard the Des talk about it, and we call this the normie map pool. And there's a big reason for that. Most players have a pretty good understanding of how to play this at a basic level. Even if you're not highly experienced in terms of international Counter-Strike, like the Party Astronauts, you don't need to be to play a map like this, especially against a domestic rival. I think rival, maybe I'm being a bit generous with that, but in a domestic opponent, I don't think they're really rivals in that regard.
No, but the Party Astronauts, of course, qualifying for this and then not having their fifth able to come, it's just, like, that's going to be already a destabilizing blow. You managed to do damage, you know, there's a lot of other plucky underdogs in the region that were vying for the spot. It's Party Astronauts that managed to secure a ticket to Europe, and then, of course, not having the full 5-man roster does immediately kind of gimp your chances. But if ever there was a chance, it's going to be on maps like Mirage, maps like Dust 2, as we witnessed.
And Inferno, if the third, which we very much could be getting to here, right? So This is looking like an A-set piece, just with a bit of mid flavor. DJ's on the lurk. The rest of them are starting to line up Util and Jonji to lead the charge here, Alex. He's been good on the entries.
He has, and he's going to have to do it again. Nitro to play the reactionary smoke. No one's holding stairs. OC just threads the needle. Joji dead on the swing. OC, the rifler, has handled business. And one by one, they fall, just toppling. The entire attack is handled by OC alone, and DJ, yeah, the lurk. I think they'll all be piecing this together on their own. The flash implies he's kind of been rumbled, or at least they're investigating as to the possibility. Clear deep. Crosshair was there, but the frag is not. 12 now for Liquid, and that's going to break their silence. We haven't seen a Liquid CT round since the second of our second half.
This here is DJ can AK, Peter could buy an AWP or buy an AK as well, and then Pwn alone can get an AK with head armor, so they could look to buy here, but this was great from OC. Good to see him versatile on the AK as well, not just needing the big green in his hand to find the impact. The third one I think was the most impressive. He gets a flash of PTR who hangs around for the fight. And this is the final one from Elige here. He's going to get himself up to 18 frags, topping the scoreboard alongside of Jonji, both of them with 18 kills apiece. And you can see this buy from Party Astronauts now. They can still push Liquid here, no dramas. If they win this round, it's a similar conversation we were just having.
Yeah, it's OC going aggressive, looking for that jiggle peak. Ben hasn't given it to him yet. He just has to hold his nerve. OC doesn't have the active info on either of this. This is all going on behind the scenes. And a late mid smoke, that does imply that Ben's about to walk into OC though. Hello. And already they have to operate with a 4v5 and the knowledge that that mid-smoke's not achieved what it was supposed to.
Yeah, they could have really hung around, right? Because it wasn't a window smoke, right? Just a top mid-smoke. But they're going to play the number advantage here. So Jonji going to try and have to entry against 2 in connector. Naf's just around the corner. Oh, and the smoke's going to be perfectly timed. He's going to see the feet. He's seen the feet. Oh! He got baited in by the darkness.
Yeah, and they just OC evaporates, just completely disappears.
Grabs another kill as well. OC on for the ace right now. That's 4. Give him the 5th.
Yeah, he's had a couple of rounds back to back, hasn't he? DJ alone. And it's OC's next victim. Nitro, don't you dare, young man. Thank you, DJ. And OC misses his first chance at the ace.
Gonna bloodlust for it.
Yeah, probably. Elige's just there to do the housekeeping. Here he comes, charging in.
Team flash.
Team flashes.
Hey, guys, let me have it.
One for the career, but...
Well, they get the round. It's all good. 13-9. OC won't get his little highlight right there. But
sat next to each other, so Elige is probably going to, you know, he's within punching distance when OC gets a bit more confident.
I don't know if he has he's going up against the most seasoned player in the team right now, right?
Yeah, true.
Since Nitro left and went to 100 Thieves.
Doesn't have the hierarchical advantage there. Oh, some good shooting out of OC that came nice and easy. It was a quick one out of DJ, but yeah, Elige, thievery.
If they're going to go for a B-pop here, it's a smoke and 2 flashes with a HE. Shox and Elige. Let's see if they can mop this up with the 2 of them. Oh, this is perfect from Shox.
Yeah, it's like he knows. Ahead of all the nades, flashes, and they all run through. He missed one. Ah, there we go. Just tying up the loose ends. Shox sprays down all 4 of them. Farming himself up to 13. Levels it out, and he will take the ace this time. So everyone's just taking it in turns, collecting.
Exactly. 3 consecutive rounds that are just individuals, right? Locking them down. OC in 2 consecutive, and then Shox does it against the very, very light buy. But 14-9, in any crisis that I was starting to paint from earlier, you can see that nade from Jonji hits a teammate and then lands between 3 players. 2 of them being, well, himself and his friend Pwn alone. Maybe not his friend for much longer here.
The 1 mag 5, always satisfying.
Okay, well, no AWP, very light util. Short smoke, cat smoke, and a play.
Oh, damn, even exchange on that ramp fight. So Pwn alone's out, and...
So many bodies here.
Down, yeah, and they're even trying to bait him in. Oh, PTR, great find, should be traded, isn't, but now will they clear for Shox?
Don't know Shox is here, he's the B holder.
Yeah.
They have no idea.
They've planted and
literally no idea.
Is it his turn again to strike? Yeah, they're going to clear him or not. It's very set for success, and he's just going to bide his time. He wants to win the round off this. Oh, I know he's already contributed. Ben gets a jump scare, and PTR down the ladder for the first of the two. OC keeps it clean for Liquid, and now running at a very fast pace towards the final wrap.
One of the keys with Liquid when I've been watching the Mirage games is the CT setups are always like slightly different, right? Even when they do have Nitro anchoring A and then they have Shox anchoring B, it feels like Naf and Elige like are always changing between connector and short. You know, you see the two of them here, there, and everywhere. This was a nice call. It did almost get out of hand, but I'm sure OC's going to like winning this clutch against PTR after the one that went against him in the first half. 22 kills now for OC, having a bit of a game of things here, but here it is, what should be the final round of play.
Charging through middle, Elige flashed off, but has the support. Naf puts the AUG barrel into Pwn alone. Peter is up short and does catch Shox's inquisitive glance. Nearly another on the wild spray. It does just fall into Ben's arms. Can he find himself double-digit frags? It'd be nicer to get one onto Elige, but it looks like our conclusion has been reached. So GG's in the chat. Not to say I'm not a Ben believer, just a question of Liquid. A little too tight of a setup.
Yeah, look, the bomb's still down top mid. I know there's plenty of time on the clock here. Fortunately, I suppose Naf and Elige are low, but the two of them will play with that in mind, right? And not overextending too much, just sitting and hoping the fights come their way. And they did, 16-9. Team Liquid are going to get it done 2-0 against the Party Astronauts, the North American team that can, could, and have. They've picked this one up in style and are going to be happy with this. They have players as the final match coming up tomorrow, 7:30, all three games going down at once. But for your Saturday, still have one more match of Counter-Strike. That is going to be the final match of the day, and we're going to be swapping and changing things. Maui and Anders to come over to the caster desk and bring everything home.
subdivide. I'll show you how it's done. There's no sight, we go inside. The man is the one. You build your walls, faith in God. They never come around. Then wonder why we all defy the burden to be born. We're coming home with a mission to bring an end to a terrible land. We are here to your omission. We
The astronauts' party has officially been gate crashed by Team Liquid, and Team Liquid run away with the series victory 2-0, 16-5 on Dust 2, and as we just saw on Mirage, 16-9. Blair, Alan, any surprises on Mirage there?
I gotta say, I felt like there was a moment there for Party Astronauts, but they couldn't quite capture it. Instead, they let it slip.
Okay.
I've broken it.
Let's clarify to everybody at home. So that's 2 now.